Santiago,
My name is Martina. My name is Elisa.
Hi, I'm Clarissa.
and we're all on behalf of the American Nicaraguan School. And it is a fact that everybody in this room is a human. And humans have specific characteristics that make us great. Humans are smart, they're dreamers, they're risk takers, they're adventurers. And this is Jason Aristizábal. And he is also a human just like us. He's a risk taker, he's an adventurer, and most importantly, he's a dreamer. He was born in Colombia, and he has a brain paralysis, and things are harder for him. He has difficulty moving his arms and legs, and but that's why we're here today to make people like him and their lives easier. He also won CNN Hero of the Year, as you can see in the picture.
And despite being a person with disabilities, he was able to achieve this goal. And this is something we have to take into consideration.
But now we have decided to take this global issue and bringing it back to Nicaragua.
Okay, so this is what our organization is based upon. We are called Teleton as a whole, and as Miguel just said, we're an organization from Nicaragua, and as we mentioned before, we help these people with disabilities persevere and have set a goal for themselves in order for them to achieve it throughout their whole lifespan. We also want to invite them into our community and allow them to be part of our life, of our society. So yeah, basically that's the issue. We cannot limit them with barriers, and we cannot give them standards to what they can do. And for example, when they speak, when we see them when they're trying to obtain jobs, we cannot limit them to these possibilities that they can do. They can do so much great things, as well as Santiago, as Martina, as everyone in this room. They are as special and as unique as each person in this room. Okay, so our mission in the community is to encourage the inclusion of these people and to include them in our society, and especially in Nicaragua. We're going to start local in Nicaragua and then eventually throughout the whole world. And we want to invite them in our daily activities, in our daily activities and in our daily lives, so that they feel part of being not only a social group, a part, but part of the whole society.
So why are we personally invested? Each and every one of us has a different reason of joining this cause, but especially we wanted to redefine equality, because many times when we think about equality, we think about gender equality or about including women, which is also a very important thing. But when we define equality, we want to include every single human and every single person, so that any human has a barrier to cross, but everyone can achieve their dreams.
Okay, so as you can see, there are people without legs, without arms. They're surfing. One even wrote a book. One is speaking in tech. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's something impressive that these people are doing, and that we need to recognize them for what they're doing and allow them to be part of our society, because we can see that they're capable of doing whatever we are. Because we're limiting them, they don't have the same possibilities to keep doing these things because of us. So that's what we're trying to do, to expand these barriers and allow them to keep doing these awesome things and to
Wait, so I have a personal story that I want to tell you. That was like really eye-opening for me and for this cause. Recently, I was having lunch with my grandmother, my little cousin, and another cousin. His name is Carlos Ernesto. He has Down syndrome. So when we were ordering food, the waiter came to us, right, and he was asking everybody what they wanted to eat. So he asked my grandmother, my little cousin, but he didn't ask my cousin. He was asking me what he wanted to eat. And like if he couldn't order his own food, like he wasn't capable of doing that, like we all do, right? So that made me at first like really mad at him, like, what do you think, he's stupid or something that he can order his own food? I mean, he can do the same as we all can do. But then I like reflected on that, and I realized that I wasn't mad at him, but I was mad at his ignorance, because he doesn't know what you all are learning right now, that these people have the same, that should have the same opportunities that we do. So that's why I'm personally invested in this project, because I want to teach people that we need to include the person with disabilities. So our goal is to change society into a more inclusive society where kids with disabilities are accepted and are active members of the community, where they can go to school, where they can have jobs like we all do. Then we have a second goal that is to raise enough money to meet the needs in the Ciudad Sandino Center. So the Ciudad Sandino Center is part of the many places that are around Nicaragua that is called Los Pipito, that they help kids with disabilities, like for example, for their treatments or something that they need. So the Ciudad Sandino Center is located near the capital, and we go there and I interact with the kids and play with them. And they're like okay, so the people that goes there are poor, right? So they need like machines, money for the treatments, for the psychologists, they need food,
Special resources.
yeah, special resources, so we help them with their needs.
When she says we refer to the club Teleton in the American Nicaraguan School.
Okay, so the steps being taken, well, first we started club in school like 2 years ago. And at first, like the first year was kind of a mess because we didn't know what to do or how to do it. But then right now it's like flowing way better. Then we participated in the National Colecta. The Colecta is something that the Teleton organization made 16 years ago. And last year we participated in it. That is like going in the streets and asking for money to the cars. Okay, so we raised 28 million Cordobas, that is equivalent to $946,060. That's not like us, that is the whole country, like the whole country supports this cause and we're very happy for that. But it's not only about raising money, but also about including these people. Another step is fundraising activities. For example, we have been making bake sales. We participated in the school kermesse with Brinca Brinca game. Then in the fall festival, that is like a Halloween kermesse at night, we made a haunted hayride. It was very fun. Then we visited Los Pipito, that is the one that I told you about, the Ciudad Sandino Center. And then the Special Olympics participation. So the Special Olympics is an event that the school organized 2 years ago too. And it's about these kids with disabilities go to the school and they participate in various sports like track and field, soccer, swimming. And it's a very special day that the whole ANS community, the whole school community, and have the opportunity to interact with these people and get to know them and get to know what they can do. So the club like help organize this event. Okay, so we also raise awareness. We made a video saying like thank you to Nicaragua for supporting this cause. I'm gonna show it to you right now.
One thing we would like to stand out is that the school is very supportive with this with Teleton itself, because of Teleton we have been able to do the Special Olympics, and the whole festival was really successful. Like it was the club that raised the most money from the whole community of clubs.
Okay, so it's on my Facebook.
Gracias a ti. Gracias
A ti.
Off from my home, we're flying up no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that kiss on my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it. It's so phenomenally, more like the way we rock it. So don't stop. It's under the lights and everything goes. Nowhere to hide when I'm getting too close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. Ain't nobody leaving, so keep dancing.
Okay, so basically the purpose of the video was to show we were giving thanks to the people who had donated and helped us through the journey to giving these people what they need in their hospitals, and also about creating awareness.
And if you saw in the beginning, we were all wearing bracelets that said Teleton. We didn't force, but like the whole community of ANS bought these bracelets, and we were all one day we were all using these bracelets to show our support to our Teleton.
So as you can see, the video had many views, and this is a way of raising awareness through social media. So another step that we're participating right now is called Giros de Cambio. Giros de Cambio is an activity that the Teleton organization made 1 year ago, and it involves all the schools in Managua, that is the capital of Nicaragua. And it's like a competition where 5 people, like a group of 5 people, they made like various fundraising activities, and then the group that raises the most money wins, and they win like many prizes and that. And that's a way of involving the young people of our community. So these are some steps that we plan to take in the future, and is to organize conferences. So what does that mean, like organize conferences? So we plan to make conferences in school, like for example, teach the student community like what are the right terms to use when referring to these type of people. For example, you don't say disabled people, you say people with disabilities. So those are the kinds of things that we want to show the community. Then we need to buy a machine for people with brain paralysis, and this is a machine that helps them like move their muscles. And yeah, the Ciudad Sandino Center really needs this, and we are making very many fundraising activities to try to buy the machine.
Okay, so the consequences of a changed society include overall a more accepting and inclusive society. When we usually think about an architect, teacher, policeman, the first person that comes to our mind is usually not of people with disabilities. So what we want to do is change the mentality most of us had. We want to include these people in society, we want to invite them and have the same opportunity as we do to having the same careers, doing the same activities we do in our daily lives, and overall being a more accepting society. So how is Teleton sustainable? Well, as Melissa mentioned, we are doing a lot of activities that are like visiting the center, playing with the kids, communicating with them. But while we're doing that, we're also inviting young members of our school to be part of the group. And that way, when we graduate, when we leave the school, we leave a legacy behind, and these kids will like know about what we're trying to, the message we're trying to spread across the group, and they can actually interact with these people and not only invite them, but to be part of our society.
And since we already have involved the whole school, they are already aware of what is Teleton, and they participate into these activities. So this encourages them to keep on participating and keep helping Teleton to a greater future and keep on doing it for future generations.
Yeah, and we are starting out with our school community, but the goal essentially is to invite the Nicaraguan society, and then Latin America, and then the whole world. And that's what we're trying to fight for, because people with disabilities contribute to a better world. And if we gave them a chance, we could like prove this, and we can actually see that they have the same abilities as we do. Okay, so now for the activity, we need a volunteer.
One volunteer.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you for volunteering.
We're gonna blindfold you with a sweater, and we're gonna write in the board something without being able to see.
Don't cheat, okay? Don't cheat.
¿Tenés el board?
Espérate, hay que darle vuelta.
No puede ver. Sí, ok, te damos a dar vuelta. 4, 5.
Ok, espérate, te voy a dar la puerta.
No lo llevas.
Sí, lo dos igual.
No, so, pero esa no.
La otra.
Ah, ya.
No,
Aquí está bien, no importa. ¿Va a borrar?
Okay, right? Here.
No, aquí.
Teleton.
No, es que people with disabilities contribute to a better society.
Okay.
People with disabilities.
Contribute to a better society.
Whoa. Oh, wow. To a better society. No, no, what is?
Dad. Okay, a round of applause for Dad. Okay, so how do you feel? How did you feel doing that with blindfold?
Writing without being able to see.
Confusing.
Why?
Very sad. Like, because I didn't finish like disabilities, I forgot if like I put something or not, so I had to start over again.
Do you think people that are actually blind that they struggle with this every day? Why?
Okay, thank you. A round of applause.
Okay, we need another volunteer. Don't be shy.
Después vamos.
Estamos blindfold.
Sara.
What is your name?
Queremos que Sara nos dé una vuelta. Sara.
Da la vuelta, da la vuelta.
Una vuelta. Una vuelta.
Okay, Sarah, you have
Sí,
to
espérate,
one.
Okay, so Sara, here's a trash can.
You have to pour some water in the trash can.
No, you have to pour some water
Que no le digas y después lo va a
en
echar por
este
todos
termo.
lados.
Okay, aquí tenemos un termo y aquí tenemos otro. You have to pour the water. Bien. Dale.
Sin miedo.
Pero para hoy.
Dale, que todavía sabes.
Muy buena.
Okay, Sara, so what did you notice from this activity?
Reflect.
So could you do it or not?
I couldn't do it properly.
Okay.
So this is.
Okay, what we're trying to do through these activities is like trying to see the person that is trying to mimic what blind people go through every day. You can see it's really not that easy. Doing simple tasks like pouring water or writing, it's really hard for them. And okay, we have other activities.
We need another volunteer.
Valentina, yeah. Okay,
Otro plan. Sí, okay.
Sí, es divertido tanto.
me gusta. Ay, Meli, pero no la oí.
No le estoy hablando. Decimos que te vamos. Ahí. Dale vuelta.
Okay, what you're gonna do is trying to get to the back of the classroom. Okay, go.
Okay, then. Okay, so with this activity, we were trying to portray a blind person trying to go through their homes or move around without being able to see. So this is the hardships they go through.
So, Sara.
Valentina.
Ah, ¿quién es Sara? Okay, Valentina.
I didn't know where I was going, and I thought I was like going to fall down or stumble upon a chair.
This is for people that are blind. Yes.
Thank you. One more volunteer, another volunteer. Okay, so in this activity, we're gonna tell her to do something, and you're gonna have to guess what she's doing. Okay?
Like, she won't be able to speak.
And she has to. She's gonna portray someone that can't speak. Mute.
No, ¿qué vamos a hacer?
O sea, puede usar señales y todo, porque ahora se puede mover, pero sin hablar, sin
Correct.
perder. Sí, porque
No, o sea,
escuchara.
no, solo
Writing money, writing. Sí, donation, money. Writing a check, writing. Writing a check. Writing in the room. Homework. Writing.
writing a check.
No.
On the whiteboard. If she was mute, she'd be able to use the whiteboard.
Oh.
No, you can't. No.
That's cheating.
Alright.
Pencil. Oh.
Ahora, speak también.
¿Ah?
Otro speak. Otro
We need another volunteer. Okay.
That was angry.
Hacer lo que quieras.
¿Qué? Dale.
Driving.
Driving. Car. Ah.
Okay, one more volunteer. Okay, ya.
Ah, espera.
Okay, this activity involves that you're not gonna be able to use your arms.
No.
And you have to be,
Okay, so you have two different looks and you can use your arm.
Con la lengua. Con la nariz.
Okay, wait. Okay, how do you feel doing this activity without using your arms?
Kind of hard.
Why?
You gotta use your arms to pick up for helps. You just gotta use your mouth.
Do you think this is something that people with no arms struggle?
Probably.
what other activities do you think they struggle with?
Driving, opening doors, doing basically anything that you use your arms. Eating, using forks.
Thank you.
¿Alguien quiere su luz?
One more ¿Quién quería ir a?
We need another volunteer. Do you have? Okay.
Uno por ciento.
Ok, te tenés que tener tus zapatos, creo. No, bueno, como Oscar, pero tenés que llamar a tu mamá. Tenés que llamar a
You
tu
need to
mamá.
call your mom without using your arm.
Nariz.
Pero no doy. Pero ¿cómo?
Con el otro test.
No tengo tipo service.
Champion.
No, pero yo te lo tengo.
Llámame a mí por WhatsApp.
Okay, you need to call somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, espérate, por favor.
Nadie que lo vea.
No puedo, o sea,
Ay, es sexy.
No es tan duro.
no, you can't.
La trompa.
Con el doble.
Con la lengua. Con la lengua.
I can't.
Oye,
Con la lengua.
a ver.
Con el pie.
Con el pie.
Oye, qué feo, vale.
You can't use your arm. Sí, media, pues.
Any person. Yeah, pero no puedo porque.
Ok, ya pudo.
Okay, so how do you feel doing this activity? To the whole class.
I feel out of my comfort zone.
So do you think people like with no arms are like it's easy for them to use it? So
No, it takes practice. So you get used to using other parts of your body.
do you think that someone like with no arms will be able to do this?
Some places, but not all. Some places are more difficult.
It will be more likely to use someone that has no arms.
Like as a businessman, I think they will.
Okay.
So,
Okay, we need another, the last volunteer. Okay, we need the last volunteer. Okay, the two of us, you can, do you have cell, do you have a cell phone?
Yes.
Okay, do you have it? You don't have a cell phone, can someone like? Okay, so the challenge is to take a selfie, okay, with no arms, none of your arms. Si le quieres quitar los zapatos de ahorita, pues.
No, es trampa.
Yes. Oh, I can hold your phone. Then, okay, silence, please. O sea, there's too much noise. Okay. So they need to take a selfie with no arms. Espérate, pero el de otro. Ajá. Sí.
so it's a competition. The first one to take a selfie.
Espérate, está en cámara esto.
No. Okay.
1, 2, 3, go.
Easy, hold it with your feet.
No arms.
¿Cómo? Ya pudo. No te tomes foto,
Me he dado la vuelta. Okay, so you make a reflection about this activity.
Después.
Okay, después.
Ah, ya.
Okay, so how do you feel doing this activity?
No, it was really difficult because I had to use my nose, and sometimes it would like swipe to the left, and it would take a lot of time. Like usually I just grab my, it's frustrating. Yeah, like usually I would just grab my phone, I would put the camera, and I would easily take the selfie. But now it takes like a lot more time to do it.
And you? Like you get stressed when you are doing it because like when I opened camera, it was flipped and I couldn't flip it like to face me. So it was really stressing and I couldn't take it.
Yeah, thank you. So we can see how
Okay, so basically what we're trying to show in these games is that people with disability have many challenges every day, like from taking a selfie to putting on their own shoes or even eating. So they have overcome those challenges, and that's what we admire most from them, because they, no matter what they cannot do, they always look forward to for their dreams, and that's what we admire the most.
Okay, that's